day of the 2023 President's Cup. The Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville features two teams that have legit aspirations and a shot to be playing for gold when it comes to Saturday. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Brian Shanahan and our JVI Sports Network crew. The Edmonton Miners, a couple years ago, ran off 3 straight President's Cup victories. Meanwhile, the Ladner Pioneers, Shanny, are the defending champions. Should be a good matchup and a tough one for both teams straight out of the gate.
Yeah, it really is a tough way to start the tournament for both teams. And as you said it, the Miners have a history of winning gold in this, and it's still fresh on the minds of Ladner. They want to do it again, what they did last year. So this should be a great one.
And a chance to do so. We were talking in the first game, the fact that they're kind of coming in sort of easily. A 2-0 best-of-3 series sweep over Victoria. 21-5 was the score in that championship game. They'll put Christian Del Bianco in the net, and they'll win the opening face-off. Ladner will in the white jerseys on the home bench, going right to left here in period number 1. Cam McLeod the other way for the Miners, as they've got it up top. Tyler Pace, a shot there, and a crease violation.
Rough already.
Yeah. Don't tell me this one's not intense, as James Ray, him and Zach Haywire's going after, I believe that's Tyler Burton.
Yeah, James Ray, 6'4", 235 pounds.
Sounds less than fun if you're an offensive player. That's Miners captain Mike Triolo cutting down to the net.
And what a playoffs Triolo had. He put in some ridiculous numbers in the playoffs. I'll pull these up in just a second.
Edmonton Miners undefeated, 6-0.
Yeah, Triolo had 23 goals in 6 playoff games.
Alex Turner, backdoor cut there, was looking for the pass and just went wide. He ended up in the crease. Just turned back the other way. Jarrett Toll. Levi Anderson, first real offensive set here for the Miners. Anderson and Triolo playing catch. Anderson's going to cut through. Turned aside, though, by Nathan Henry. And now Christensen, his shot hits a player in behind the net. That's his own man. I think it's Tristan Ray.
Yeah, he gets up slow, but he's running off fine.
It's tough early on in this game. We talked in game number 1. This is very much an attrition tournament. Shanks puts it around. Saw a couple guys go down for Tuscarora in that first game. And this will be a shot clock violation here against Ladner. You don't want to lose anybody, especially in the opening game, as Ray gets attention from the trainer. Spencer Milne. Triolo setting a screen for his man on the far side. Kinnear. Shot from Darren Kinnear. Ends up in the corner. Matt Christensen, who took the shot that hit Ray. Triolo now can't get it through Jacob Doucette. Kinnear can't get it past the defender, and now a double team pops it free. Should be no surprise that Mike Mallory and Matt Beers are playing tough defense early on in this one.
Oh, absolutely. And we've mentioned Triolo's name a few times already. 6'8", 210 pounds.
Missing some size are the Miners. No John Lintz in the lineup today. Was coaching out in the Minto Cup that was won last night by Burlington. Jared Toll sending it back here to Anderson on the run. Low shot goes off the glass. Toll with it back. And the first real big test for Del Bianco results in a right arm save. All the way up to Jake Carey. No over and back here as we play under CLA summer rules, which also includes the cylinder crease rule. James Ray, long shot, didn't connect, so as Austin Shanks brings it down, there's under 10 on the shot clock. Out in front, shoveled back by Ryan Benesh. Pair of Halifax offensive players.
Yeah.
Trying to put Ladner on the board. Team represented by Coast to Coast. Meanwhile, the other way, Colin Bergloff, sends one off the post. Del Bianco checking to make sure everything's still lined up as the Miners set up again. Tyler Melnick.
Oh, that was off the pipe.
Off the pipe. Second shot. Save made by Del Bianco.
The Melnick shot off the pipe. The rebound came right out for a second shot.
A bouncer from Mallory around the screen, and you get a moving pick called. It was against the Miners. The official pointed the wrong way. By the way, your officials are Ben Kirkwood from Ontario, Herbie John of Can-Am, and the standby is Tommy Moxham representing the Three Nations League. Ball out to the far side, Spencer Bromley. Delayed penalty coming as Bromley cuts through. Oh man, he got buried. Pops right back up though as the shot comes and McLeod makes the save. Phil Caputo, a little bit extra between him and Mike Seidel.
Yeah, Bromley paid for taking that shot, but Ladner will go to the power play. Yeah, and
a holding call, yep.
Once again, a number of NLL players on both squads, including Pace here, who plays for Calgary.
Bit of a different look from game number one. It was a couple players kind of here or there, but these are two very well-stocked benches, including the 7th all-time NLL scoring leader, Banesh, but not this time because it's Cam McLeod.
Well, he had McLeod down, but McLeod just reached that stick up. I think Banesh thought he was putting it in the open top half of the net.
Cam McLeod had a spectacular performance in this building coming out of the pandemic, playing for St. Catharines, leading them to an Ontario title in the bubble tournament. Ray is back out there, and his shot sails and just skimmed off the top of Del Bianco's helmet, enough to reset the Miners' shot clock. Anderson just waiting it out, not a whole lot, although there is a ton of movement from the righties. Anderson can't get the ball there. Shot clock now down to 10. Now on the run, Levi Anderson, sidearm into Del Bianco. Penalty time down to 40 seconds. Sam Clare with the pickup. He'll flip to Calgary's Tyler Pace. Calgary Roughnecks, that is. A number of Roughnecks players also on this Ladner team. As Pace goes back to Banesh. He goes low this time. And falling on it was Tyler Burton.
Yeah, and that one got through McLeod, but then just rolled wide. Looks like a pretty good penalty kill for the Miners.
And a lot of it kind of looked like this. The offense just standing there letting the clock go. And Ladner quite content to allow them to just stay in place. Matt Christensen from way out. Shot can't beat Owen Barker. And Barker on the run elected to send it back to Mallory. Bergloff takes him into the end boards. Mallory will recover though, getting it back to Barker. Matt Beers is still out there. He wants him to slow things down. Bromley switching places with Shanks. Already down to 10 on the shot clock. Shanks finds a seam, cuts through, number of fakes and scores.
Well, that one's got to feel good for Austin Shanks. Just played a handful of games for Ladner this year and hasn't played for a while, but nice move. He was just looking to get a shot away, but an opening comes up for him, and he just brings it to the net and beats McLeod.
Austin Shanks, one of those players, when he came up through junior in Whitby, that was an all-star squad of all-star squads with Curtis Knight, Riley O'Connor, everybody else that was on that offense.
Minto Cup champions playing for Derek Keenan.
Yeah. Now he finds himself in another high-powered offense in Halifax. And
Austin Shanks is one of those shooters that when he gets hot, he seems like he can't miss. I don't know if it's going to be one of those days for him today, but he's quite capable of getting very hot.
Well, our fans in Edmonton hoping that's not the case for sure. A shot from Ray looked like it kind of floated in there. Banesh had thoughts of taking it to the crease. He'll flip back to Haywires instead. Zach Haywires turned back outside into Banesh.
Banesh has had 3 good scoring chances. You know it's a matter of time before they start dropping for him.
Pace to the corner for James Ray. Banesh far side, and the extra pass tipped off a stick and rolls right back to McLeod. We're already 1:23 away from the halfway mark of this opening period. Scheduled for 3:20s. Christensen fakes the pass to Kinnear. Now goes there for real into the corner. Laying it down for Tyler Melnick. Melnick gets it away. 5 on the shot clock. It's up top. Back here for Kinnear. Finds, well, there were 3 minors cutting, and none of them ended up with the ball somehow, and the shot clock expires.
Yeah, good defense by Ladner. Travis Irving really pushed his man out of the way when he caught a ball, thought he was going to get a scoring chance.
Shots showing 9-8 in favor of Ladner right now. Or 9-4, excuse me, in favor of Ladner. They lead on the scoreboard as well, 1-0. The goal from Austin Shanks. James Ray.
Nice try. That's not as easy to do with the crease rolls, trying to dive from behind as it is in the NLL. Your feet cannot enter that cylinder.
Also includes no reaching in for the ball if the goaltender's got it. Can't go after him or defender either. Triolo. That 6'8" frame might be one of those that could do it, but
he's a hard guy to contain.
I think he's played in just about every province now. He's trying to collect a jersey from all parts of the country, but he's strong where he is. A couple NLL camps. He was with Rochester for a bit, and as the outside shot comes through and hung on to there by McLeod. Down floor, Burton had to wait on it. Allowing Jake Carey to close the distance. All picked up near side.
Oh,
a lot of
nice
pushing and shoving in front of the crease, but it's intercepted. Out comes Sam Clare. Turns behind Kinnear. Clare still with it. Tucks it in under the crossbar.
All from coast to coast. That's a beautiful goal. I don't know if we're going to get to see the interception he made, but he almost stood back, daring the minor player to make that pass. He knew he was going to intercept it. That's beautiful. And here I thought that the chance had gone. The defender comes back and gets him hard, and he just even a bit of a bad angle. Oh my! I don't know how he found net on that. Yeah, Darren Kinnear ran him back hard and did a good job getting back, but somehow he still was able to put it in.
Well, and as you said, forces him into a spot where you don't think the shot's going to come, or at least a good one. As Patrick Szabo wins the face-off there away from Cody Hawkins. Ladner setting up again, leading 2-0 with 9 to go here in our first period. That one hit the post from James Ray. Rebound to the far side, picked up by Banesh. Trying to clear out. Big body on the far side, Spencer Mill. Shanks faked high, went low, and it just skipped wide. The shot clock doesn't reset. Down to 15 now. Outside, Spencer Bromley gets chased all the way down into the corner. Shanks broke free of his man and ate a big two-hand chop. They do get the reset on the outside shot from Ray, and Shanks grabs the rebound. Our first period sponsor is Ice River Green Bottle Company. 100% recycled bottles and sustainable sourced spring water.
Oh. Triolo left the bench a little early there.
So after the Miners were out there, they're on defense for quite some time. They'll be put to the test again right away. And again, CLA rulebook, that's not a penalty, just a change of possession on offense. So Phil Caputo into the corner, finds the cutter, and another save from McLeod. I believe that was Tyler Pace on his way through. Turner takes top spot. Over to the left side, Haywires. Now Ray. Ray getting it back, bit high. Haywires takes the shot. It was well wide, and then Haywires and Seidel got into each other a bit. Stick went high from Haywires right in front of the bench. And Jordan Cornfield and Steve Toll and company want to call. Anderson. Vitriolo has a bit of space over there. Backs into pressure from Owen Barker. Shot ends up going high off the end glass. And now the Pioneers break out again. Too far for Bromley, though, and McLeod will get it. Much like the first game, time seeming to some kind of warp in this building.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Shannon. It's flying by. Clean lacrosse. No penalty. Yeah, we've had one penalty, I believe, so far.
Levi Anderson, 5 on the shot clock, turns and fires and scores.
It's a nice goal, and that's a difficult shot to take while you're on the run. Watch, there's a big pick. A pick coming for Anderson, and he uses to his advantage, but still he's on the outside and he's running. He doesn't really get a chance to plant his feet on that shot, but gets a lot of velocity behind it and beats Del Bianco for the first goal for the Miners.
Christensen picking up the lone assist there. I thought it was a bounce shot, but on replay it looked like it may have hit the left toe cap.
I thought it was too, yeah.
Christensen chasing Matt Beers all the way into the end boards, and Beers had a word for the official.
And that's only the 5th shot for the Miners.
Number of fakes here from Haywires before he rings it off the mask of McLeod. Says he's good, and Williamson finding Burton. Now Christensen taking over on offense at center. Cutter through is Ray. Got 3 different Rays as far as I can tell.
We got the Rays, we got Rise. I know it's tough keeping track of all of them.
This one's easy. It's Carey getting the loose ball. And again, no over and back as he spins back. 5.5 to go already in this first period. Pace on the clock, going fast, as is the offensive player. And again, he can't pick that up through the crease. Rory Sharon waits for help off the bench here. Anderson, high stepping, cutting back around his screen, goes outside Triolo. 1-on-1. Now gets help from Christensen. The shot from Triolo off the leg of Del Bianco.
It's got to be about the 5th or, well, I was going to say 5th or 6th shot from Triolo, which would be something since they've only had 7 shots.
Triolo in the middle. And Christensen got swarmed. Big collision in the corner. And then an even bigger one at the side of the crease as Melnick was coming in with the shot. This game's got a little bit of spice to it. I got to say, I'm here for it. Caputo. Down in the corner. That screen from Ryan Benesh. Too much.
It's not just the defense that are throwing players around. The offense have knocked a few guys down.
Spencer Milne to Christensen. No Triolo this time. He's the last guy off the bench, coming in frame right about now. Anderson finds him, and the shot goes wide. Thought we were getting one, Shanny.
Well, they definitely like the offense to go through Triolo.
Ball rolls back here to Pioneers, however, and it'll be Clare. One of their 2 goals on the board from Sam Clare in transition. Pace to right. Out in the corner. Alex Turner going to find his man back up top. Under 10 on the shot clock. Ray's shot hits off the foot of Milne, and now he's going to try one from long range. And again, just beating the shot clock, but this time, no one there to grab the rebound. (15-8) showing here in-house shots favoring Ladner. 2-1 where it counts, though. Christensen. Melnick was cutting through, but ended up in the crease, so we get a turnover. Doucette wants to run, and look out there as a pair of Miners collide, and that opens up Benesh to come in and score.
Benesh is such a crafty player. I don't know, this play was created by his teammates. Doucette gets the fast break. He's not going to get a good shot because the stick comes on his stick. It goes high, but look at the rebound, and look at Benesh. I'm here, I'm open, and I'll put it in if you give it to me. And he sure does.
I know a pair of Miners crashed into each other there, but he was standing there for a very long time.
Yeah, he just knows to get to the right spot and give, Matt Beers, again, another defensive player, makes a very smart heads-up pass on that play. He got that rebound, but he knew exactly where to put it.
Doucette and Beers pick up assists. 7 different players on the 3 goals have points. As we get a penalty coming here, a high stick against Ladner, their first penalty of the game. Just the second one of the period, comes with 2:40 left to go.
That's Nathan Henner, and you will get to see the Miners power play.
Your eye on the far side, I believe.
I'm surprised no Triolo. Or am I missing him? No, I don't think he's out there.
No, he is a hard guy to miss. I believe you'd see him if he was there. But yeah, you're right. Melnick taking top spot. They try to go to Bergloff down on the crease for the quick stick. And just clean missed, it looked like. So Anderson goes to Bergloff again, and his shot completely soaked by Owen Barker. And just stands there like nothing happened. Anderson shakes his man. The shot hung on to by Del Bianco, and there's that
exactly
summer
what you're
crease roll.
talking about. In the NLL, that would be legit, but you can't reach in and take the ball out.
When we saw that played to perfection by Snake Island in game number 1, they were trying to kill clock, and
they just left it there. That's right.
Nick DeMood just let it sit in the crease.
Yep.
They come away with a 10-7 victory. Muskies will be back on the floor tonight at 8 p.m. against Kahnawake. Tyler Pace, Alex Turner.
I'm going to have to ask the referees about that rule, because I know you have 5 seconds to get the ball out once you get possession, but what DeMood was doing, he wasn't getting possession. He was just leaving it there. And it almost seems like a loophole. Can they keep it there forever? I'm going to ask the referees about that. But it's a smart play. I like when they use the rules to their advantage.
Dale Sett, the referee-in-chief, recently retiring from the floor this season. Here in Ontario, he's RIC'd a number of national tournaments, and safe to say the official's in good hands. Here's Sam Clare. Up to Barker, the over
call.
And back when you're killing a penalty.
Barker.
He thinks it's center, but we saw this in the first game. It's the face-off restraining line.
Yeah, that's one of the rules that's different that we've talked about. They'll get used to it.
That'll give the power play another chance to work with 25 seconds left. Triolo is quarterbacking it now as it comes across to Melnick. Triolo likes to shoot from about that spot, and that time missed the mark high.
He's got a wicked hard shot. He just hasn't been able to hit the spots he wants.
Faked it, goes behind the back to Ray, and Del Bianco the save. Big rebound, though. And then
that second one was even better.
Ray got filled in.
Oh,
Still
boy.
some action by the crease of Del Bianco. Ball's up in the stick of Barker. Both teams have 2 timeouts, by the way, as we get down to the final 30 seconds here of the period. Another one that's flown by. I can't believe how quick the pace has been through 2 games so far. Moving screen called against Ladner, and Edmonton immediately called timeout with 21.3 remaining, presumably to bring Cam McLeod to the bench.
And if Edmonton could get a goal here in this last possession, I think they'll be very happy, and they should be very happy coming out of this if they can make it 3-2. Similar to the last game. And in the last game, Tuscarora against Snake Island. Snake Island was the better team for the most part, but Tuscarora stayed close. Same score we had near the end of the first period, too.
Yeah, the first period did end 3-1. Bit of a run in the third period to make it 10-5. Snake Island then changed their goaltender, got a couple late ones to make it close, but we did check. We do believe it is 1 versus 4, 3 versus 2 in the semifinals coming up on Friday. So got to be one of the top 4 of 7 teams to make it into the running for the medals as we get close to the weekend before bronze and gold will be contested on Saturday. Tournament pass is still available, by the way, if you're in the Oakville area or can get here in the next couple days. If not, subscribe to the channel as we'll be bringing you all the action for free right here. On the crease, Christensen sent it just wide. It bypasses Anderson.
Look at this.
There's 2 seconds to go. Claire can't handle it cleanly. Missed the net anyways, but a little bit of excitement as we get down to the buzzer here in period number 1. And again, Shanny, a good period between 2 very good teams in this tournament.
Yeah, and just like our first game of the day, 3-1. Score after 1 period.
Shots favoring the defending champions as well, 16-11. They lead 3-1 after the first period. Second period comes your way in just under 10 minutes time. This is game number 2 of day number 1 at the 2023 President's Cup in Oakville, Ontario. 3-1 for the Ladner Pioneers after the first period here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre, and day number 1 of the 2023 President's Cup, Canada's Senior B National Championship. As we said, Ladner coming in as the defending champions, and the Miners coming in undefeated so far in the playoffs, en route to this championship here.
A very easy playoff run. In fact, a very easy season for Ladner. They only lost one game, and they're scoring a ton of goals all season. I think this is going to be the most excitement they get for the year, and this is what a guy like Christian Del Bianco lives for. We know he has a great goalie, but they haven't really needed him all season long. But I dare say they'll need him in this tournament.
Even in that first period, 10 saves. 1 goal off 11 shots for the Miners, 3 off 16 for Ladner. It's the Miners going right to left here in period number 2, looking for Bergloff. Couldn't handle the pass as he cut through, and Jacob Doucette is there to intercept, and here comes a transition game back the other way. Bergloff gets back to throw a nice stick check. And now Bergloff, long shift, heading off. We did see Triolo. You talked about his shot. He came out a bit early, threw a couple shots off the boards. So I wonder if he went back in and got the stick restrung a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe there was something he didn't like about that. These guys, some of these guys, they can restring a stick in an intermission almost.
Yeah, if mine got undone, I'd have to just buy a new one. There was no chance. Crease call against Tyler Pace. And that'll spring Triolo. Stick will get a workout here. And the aforementioned Del Bianco then called into action. His rebound bounced right to Kinnear, however. Anderson. Made it back up top. Kinnear took a bit off the low shot. Never found the mark. And now Alex Turner brings it back the other way. Two teams look like they're ready to run here. As hair wires.
Yeah, not afraid to use the transition opportunities.
Side out to Anderson. He's going to wait for maybe he won't wait for the change to complete as Bergloff was cutting through, and that time it hit off his stick and up out of play. It's a couple now already where Bergloff has cut through the middle and just missed on the pass. Ryan Manesh will wait, cuts back and has that one pop free. It's going to bounce back towards the timeline. Running into it is Matt Kim.
I think Manesh is going to get a penalty for slashing.
Yeah, a loud booming one that went off the, not sure what piece of equipment, but Miners try the hidden ball play. Melnick to the near side. Triolo. And for Melnick, he eats a big chop. And now Triolo's going to cut through and bounces it through the legs of Del Bianco.
Oh, whatever he did, it worked. Last period he seemed to be going for the top corners, and this one, he bounces it. A 6-on-5 because of the delayed penalty. Watch, he's going to fake the outside shot. Triolo up high fakes that. He doesn't have to fake it. He just drives to the net, makes his angle a little bit better and puts it in. And he looks pumped after that goal.
It's not fair when you're that big and you can also shoot like he does and cut like he does. Face-off goes the way of Ladner, and Bromley got all kind of turned around some oohs and ahs as he deked out his man. Shanks was looking for the corner, and that ball just missed. Shanks getting it back, though. Hairwires with 10 on the shot clock, tries to go around the outside. Spinning back now, finds Shanks. Seidel drop Tyler Pace at the edge of the crease. We're going to get a delayed penalty. And Hairwires does rip that shot in on McLeod, and we get the holding call.
Well, just 2 penalties in that first period. We've already had 2 calls in the first 3.5 minutes of the second. And there you see in front of the crease.
Pace and Seidel a bit tangled up.
Yeah, Seidel was a little too aggressive in the referee's mind. 0 for 1 on the power play.
Ball up top, Pace, Benesh trying to turn it into a quick stick.
Jared
onto the crease
Toll, good job to get a stick there.
Looking for Caputo. And Milne will slow down. We did check. Officially, the tournament going with Edmonton Miners. No, they've gone by St. Albert before. Miners Lacrosse Club as well. All acceptable as far as, I guess, they're concerned. But officially here in the tournament, it is Edmonton as Anderson shoots for them and a sidearm handled by Del Bianco. Claire. Benesh. Change coming here. Just about a minute left in the power play. Second one of the game for Ladner. Benesh thought about putting it up top, but big body of Spencer Milne up there made him think otherwise. Pace out of the corner. Only a couple seconds left to shoot, and they'll give it to Benesh. Off the shoulder of McLeod, right at the siren. And a fresh 30 for this power play. Benesh and Pace keeping it high. Benesh took a little bit off the shot and lowered it down, but none of those could fool McLeod. Adam Yo will find Triolo. Yo gets a round of applause after giving it off to the big man. Triolo trying to split the defense, changes hands, and shoots on the run. And Del Bianco there to make the save.
Hard guy to cover Triolo.
What are you supposed to do?
It reminds me of Dan Dawson when I first saw him. Such a big guy, and Triolo's got about 4 inches on Dawson.
Who, by the way, just called it a career. Congratulations to Dan Dawson. And Hall of Fame is next. Hairwares. Off the end boards, it bounced straight back to Tyler Burton. He was looking for an outlet. There was none available. Came right at the end of that power play and finds Anderson instead. Another period where I think they're shaving time when we're not looking. There's 6 minutes gone already in the second. On the run, and look out there. No harm, no foul. With Yari coming in towards McLeod. They both gave each other a pat on their way by. Milne to Christensen. Back the other way. Miners with possession now. It's Triolo again. And the shot goes errant, and 2 Pioneers broke out, but they had to wait for it to come down from the rafters here. There's Patrick Zabo giving to Matt Beers. Now the offense has it. Austin Shanks to Pace on the outside. Big cutback move from Bromley. Bromley stuttering, under 10 on the shot clock. Playing back for Tucker. He'll find the outside of the post, which bounces back. And they do get the reset. Bromley Shanks, Pace. Quickly to the corner. Cutter. Not sure if that was intended for Caputo or Shanks. It split both of them, allowing Burton an opportunity to turn in transition.
Oh, we got another penalty. I heard it. I didn't see it.
That's a couple today in both games that we heard before we saw.
That's right.
Tristan Rye getting the pass there from Triolo. And the shot off the end boards will give us the slashing call. Owen Barker doing most of the barking at the official. So I believe he will sit for 2 minutes for the slash.
Well, Triolo scored on the 6-on-5 of the delayed penalty last time. This time they get their 5-on-4. Remember last period, he wasn't on the power play, at least
right.
Not every time.
Rye, Triolo, Anderson, couple fakes. They go to Triolo, who takes the shot and scores.
Well, he's feeling it now. He's feeling, as I said earlier, in the playoffs, it's 6 games, 23 goals. So this guy can score. That's just a nice shot along the ground.
I'm finding every stick in my house, and I'm bringing it tomorrow so he can restring it. Because whatever happened at intermission has worked.
He got it working, yes.
And his pair has now tied this game at 3. Just inside of 8 minutes gone here in period number 2.
And that was short order. That was just a few seconds into the power play.
Face-off given here to Ladner, and a chance to retake the lead that they had throughout this game. Bromley cutting back over the top. By the way, the Miners in game number 1 against the Mounties on their way here were down 9-7 after 2 periods. Ended up winning that game 10-9. So a 3-0 third in a come-from-behind effort.
Well, you know a team that's won championships. Oh, that's a nice steal.
Look out, Bromley on the run and had Milne all over him. Rebound picked up by Clare.
Oh, that was a nice play by Bromley to get that shot away, but I believe he was called in the crease, and that's why the rebound was no good.
Especially with Milne. Definitely knew he was there. Milne waiting for the correct chance to make that back stick check. Anderson back the other way. Christensen, Bergloff will shovel it towards the net. Triolo now goes behind the back.
Well, there's no question he's had at least 10 shot attempts.
Hairwires out of the corner. Spins back trying to deal with Aaron Ruff. Hairwires says
nice.
Enough of this, I'm giving to Benesh.
You know, a great play by Hairwires working with that ball, but you know, Benesh just such an elite scorer. Not a lot of room, not a lot of time. And we're going to see Hairwires comes out of the corner. Benesh, watch Benesh throws that pick. Just there you go. Pick, roll, only open for a second, and puts it in.
The short amount of time, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Hairwires doesn't make that pass right away, you know, Benesh is only open for about half a second.
Well, and with the extra defender coming over as well, the amount of time it's not in the stick. Benesh realizing that just enough time to get set, make a good shot, while also, you know, less experienced guys may try and rush that and it'll go off the end boards or something, but real veteran play. Triolo, as you said, feeling it. That's one of the first times he's missed here in this period. Not a miss, but a save from Del Bianco as we hit the halfway mark of the period. Ladner still leading 4-3 though, with Triolo getting it back halfway through the shot clock. Triolo high stepping. Now the swim move. And not biting on any of it was Matt Beers.
Yeah, that was a really good job of Matt Beers.
The feeling Triolo's going to see a lot of him throughout the remainder of this game.
Well, you think that would be a matchup you would want, definitely. Veteran Matt Beers just signed for Vancouver, I believe, right?
I think everybody's signed in Vancouver.
Right, yeah.
Kurt Malosky putting in work with the Warriors this offseason. Benesh, outside shot. That either hit McLeod or the post before it went up out of play. Either way, Pioneers get a fresh 30. Mike Seidel working over his man. That shot from Turner found its way through. Seidel comes in with a head of steam, and Toll going after the stick of Benesh. Meanwhile, the ball just kind of rolls harmlessly out of the way, and McLeod will send it up to Sharon in transition. Sharon wants to push. Anderson out the door, cutting around, and the end of this shot is spectacular to give Levi Anderson his second of the game.
Yeah, this is a really nice play by Levi Anderson. I mean, it's not just the end, even like this is not a dangerous play at all. Oh, good help from his teammate to step in, but then, oh my gosh, yeah. How does he bring it back from? He's going from his right to left, and somehow floats that back to the right side.
I mean, it's part twist, it's part not even really sure. That's why I wasn't sure what to call it when it happened, but even on replay, it's fancy finish from Anderson, who's got a pair now, as we're back tied 4-all.
Oh, and look at this.
Loose ball picked up, Jason Williamson, and coming out the door and stumbling was Christensen.
Yeah, Williamson probably forced that pass a little bit too much. I think he had more time than he realized.
Milne will run it up and try and throw it towards Tyler Melnick, but Ladner getting there first, and Doucette, a couple minors back. Doucette looked like he wanted to push the pace, but will now slow things down and give to Benesh. Pace. Can't connect with the cutting James Ray. Ray back to Pace, who pulls it down. Shot there, kicked out by McLeod. Rebound's going to come all the way back towards center, where once Ray picks it up, we'll get a fresh 30 seconds. And Mike Seidel and Spencer Milne is not a fun time on the left side of the offense for the Pioneers. Shot from Pace trickled by the net after McLeod made the save. Milne staying on to gain possession. We're down to 7 minutes left here in the second period. Coming up after this game, Oakville Six Nations scheduled for 5 o'clock. Our stream will go live a little bit early to catch the opening ceremonies as well. Mike Triolo around a hard pick. Down in the corner for Anderson, running out of shot clock time though. And the siren goes to end the possession. Christensen all tangled up with Nathan Hiari. Ladner bench wanted a penalty there, and official's not going to oblige. Hairwires. The man all over him, still took the shot, and then over the shoulder from Caputo. McLeod was more in the right spot. May not have been if that shot had come initially. Rye. From the far side, Anderson turning it back. Christensen. Back-to-back soaks from Matt Beers. And now Rye will chase it down. Hard collision there, and Beers is feeling it after he blocked a pair of shots. In that set, they went without Triolo after he was stuffed on the previous offensive possession. Now with Beers off the floor, we'll see if they go back to their captain. It'll be immediate with Justin Morgan bringing the ball, and Triolo will indeed be the next man off the floor while Beers is still getting attention. Christensen fakes to the righties, goes left to Anderson. Claire and Christensen were tied up as that shot went through. Claire broke free of his man and headed off down the floor. Out of the net comes McLeod. And he is fair game if he's got the ball and clear.
He is fair game, but he still didn't like it. Gave it a little bit back.
Anderson stuffed. Triolo fakes the over the shoulder, trying to go traditional, and off the end glass, back down the floor. Again, no over and back here in CLA Summer Rules. This is all on minor shot clock, though. Toll having to hurry. Oh, how did Triolo catch that?
Oh, boy.
Looked like Triolo was still in the crease when the shot came from Rye, but
no video review in this, but
no.
Fairly late in the shot clock. Triolo, not this pass, but he's going to make the next catch, which, with a man all over him, and that was a pretty impressive that he caught that, got the shot away, but oh my gosh.
Oh,
just in the right spot for Rye. Tristan Rye picks up the rebound, puts it in for the first lead of the game, I believe, right? Yep, first lead of the game.
First lead of the game, yep.
For the Miners.
And Cam McLeod's got a pair of assists here in this period. 5 goals off 24 shots to 4 off 28. Miners leading right now with 4 minutes to go in our second period. Christensen, far side, Anderson. Bergloff sets the screen, rolls towards the net, takes the pass and the shot. And Del Bianco down low to match it. Here comes Doucette. In transition, the pass just too far in front of pace. McLeod to Toll. He was looking up floor, wanting to push. No one home, so they'll wait out the change. Melnick. Kinnear. Back for Rye.
Oh, that's a nice save by Del Bianco.
On Christensen, who then got tied up. Del Bianco finds Jensen. Ryan Benesh off the bench. Halfway through the shot clock, Williamson gets blown up, as does the play. McLeod for Williamson. And Bergloff on not much of a play, slowed everything down and then rips a shot to go up by 2.
Smart play, because I think the Pioneers were just figuring out, okay, we'll set up, we'll take our time, they'll get all their offense on, and Bergloff decides, well, you know what, they're not coming at me aggressively enough, not giving me enough respect. I'll take it in and take a shot, and just a perfect shot. So it's been a great period for the Miners.
Back-to-back goals. They're leading the period 4-1 now. 3 minutes to go. Neither team took timeouts in that first period, so they'll both have them down the stretch. Bromley. Trailer off the bench was Caputo. His shot into the midsection of Milne. Milne and Caputo still having words about that exchange. Comes to the near side for Bromley. Caputo clears out. Pace. Up top for Austin Shanks. His shot hit something in front and deflected wide. McLeod will pick up. Tom Burton was headed down floor, but so was the defender, so Yo will hang on to it and wait for the O guys, which this time include Melnick and Kinnear and Anderson. On the run, sidearm shot goes wide. He'll get another opportunity, but he'll be late in the shot clock. Still on the run, tries to desperately shovel it towards Del Bianco, and it'll bounce wide. Henari finds Shanks. The initial look for both of these teams every time they get the ball, Shanny, is transition. You can see every pass looking down floor, every goalie. This time Turner will only have 10 to shoot. Goes back to the far side for Ray. Hairwires picks up the loose ball and gets called for in the crease right at the tail end of his 30 clock.
A good scoring opportunity for Hairwires off a broken play.
Rye found Bergloff up top and then shot it into the feet of Del Bianco on his way past the crease. It's enough to reset the 30 clock. Christensen waiting for Kinnear. Far side to Bergloff on the crease. Del Bianco made the save. Bergloff chased down the rebound.
This is the third possession in a row that these guys have got off to resets.
And Triolo wasn't out there for any of them. He now takes the floor, perhaps sensing there may be a tired defense out there. Triolo gets wrapped up and thrown down to the carpet. Transition back the other way. Diving. Where's the ball? McLeod's got it. That was Jensen, who now falls in behind Burton. 30 seconds to go. No timeout yet for the Miners. Anderson will adjust his gear and wait to see what the play is with 15 on his shot clock.
I think they just want to minimize the Pioneers' possession after the shot.
Triolo to the side of the crease. And Rye right in the middle. Pioneers pick it up and will call timeout.
And that play on the wrong side of the floor, that went off the post. So Edmonton nearly extended their lead to 3 goals.
And as you said, if the first period was a win, being down just 3-1, I mean, winning this period 4-1, it's got to be a huge victory for that Edmonton side. But as we said off the top, two teams that, I mean, they've both got basically one thing in mind coming into this tournament. They want to be not just in the gold medal game. They want to.
Oh yeah, so two teams that have such recent memories of winning gold medals. That's all they're going for.
Lacrosse in Alberta is having a moment right now.
Oh gosh, yes.
And another President's Cup would really do things there. But Ladner, they want to take a gold back, and a couple teams coming up later tonight that would like to have a say in that. The bronze medalists from last year, Six Nations. They've won one recently. Oakville would love to do it here on home floor as well. That game coming up at 5 o'clock. Jake Elliott, Pat Gregoire will have the call, as they will at 8 p.m. Eastern. Snake Island and Kanawaki will end day number 1.
A little argument about where he was going to start with the ball.
Pace running his way down, does take the shot and had to run a long way, which basically killed any chance they had of getting a playoff. What a period for the Miners, though, Shanny.
Yeah, it sure was. Obviously, the Pioneers will not be happy with that, but, you know, down 3-1, the Miners have really shown they've come to play.
Mike Triolo is going to go in the locker room and string every stick in there.
Yeah, don't touch his stick. He shouldn't touch his anymore. He's got to work right.
It's good. Did a lot of damage in that second period. Our third comes your way in about 9.5 minutes, as Edmonton Miners have, on the back of Triolo, gotten to a 6-4 lead here in game number 2 on the opening day of the 2023 President's Cup from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville. 4 points on 5 goals in the period for Mike Triolo of the Miners. He absolutely took over, and he's given Edmonton the lead heading into the third period.
But I don't think this Pioneers team is going to be backing down, defending champs. So let's see what kind of pushback they have this period. I mean, that was great what the Miners did in the second period, outscoring them 5-1. But I expect these Pioneers to come on hard. Although I wonder how much of a factor is it that they just had no competition really all year. They got to ramp it up suddenly.
Well, and we talked about that in the first game, that you don't want to go down 0-1 in your first game. There's no real time in this tournament to sort of hit the accelerator button as you go through and get better as it goes on. You got to be on right from jump.
Yeah, there's a lot of tough teams ahead of you. You're going to be playing later in the schedule.
Quick stick goal, Anderson to the far side, and I think that's Rye with his second of the game.
A nice play by both Anderson and Rye. And they really catch Del Bianco here. He does move over, but just not fast enough. Rye gets that shot away so fast, and Anderson has also had himself quite a game so far. I believe that's his that's his 5th point. Couple goals, 3 assists.
Still trying to argue over this face-off as it bounces down in the Miners zone, which is now down to our left for this third period. 7-4, the lead stretches out for the Miners. Remember, we were down 3-1 after the first period. Shanks has it outside. Cutting through pace, a couple fakes. I was just about to say, you almost feel like the Pioneers need a goal here, and they will get one from Tyler Pace.
And you're right. They needed that goal, and they got it. Just a little bit of quick ball movement. Watch Shanks sees, I think it's James Ray going behind the net, puts it to him, and defender just lost his man. And he puts it in the net. That was, Tyler Pace. So a much-needed goal. They have not scored since early in that, or at least midway through the second.
10:43, so just past the halfway mark of the second period. Well, the Miners were doing a lot of damage on the scoreboard. Pace looking for the cutting Turner. Ball bounces to the far side. Rory Sharon takes his man all the way to the outside, and Tyler Burton there to scoop the loose ball. Anderson. Waiting for anything that he can get in terms of help. Anderson finally gets a pick from Melnick. But it bounces wide out of the reach of Triolo. Anderson there to pick up, still on Edmonton shot clock though. He's arguing for a reset and should have perhaps been turning and firing.
I've really loved Anderson's game. He's got, I'm looking at his stats in the playoffs. He had 2 goals, 5 assists. He's almost got as many points just in this game alone. 2 goals, 3 assists so far.
Well, I'm always interested when you have such a big factor on one side of the floor. What happens on the other side? Can you match it? Because if the defense can take that one side out, that's pretty easy for a defense to do.
That's a good point. Balancing off the floor. If you overplay one side, is it making more room for the other? Oh, that's a hard shot.
Triolo will just go run to the other side himself and shoot today. Definitely feeling it after that second period. After you commented on his struggles in the first.
Somebody must have passed the message down to him.
They got the stream going on the bench.
Yeah.
Ray gets drilled, perhaps forcing that shot wide. Caputo couldn't handle the rebound cleanly.
Nice interception.
Yeah, cleanly intercepted by Tyler Burton. You can't run slow with bright purple shoes on. That's the rule. Here's Melnick. Anderson. Keeping it to the outside of Zabo right now. Melnick wanted to turn that into a pick and roll. They go to Ryan instead. Now Melnick has it. Low shot, rose high up and over everything. Anderson heard footsteps coming, didn't get a lot on the shot.
He was cut into the middle to realize the rest of his team had gone south and he had 4 guys in front of him.
Here comes Shanks back the other way. Faked high, went low.
Oh my gosh.
And it trickles through McLeod.
I know it's only his second goal of the game, but I mentioned earlier when, sometimes when Shanks gets hot, this is not like a great scoring chance, but he takes something off the shot. That's just placement. Oh my gosh, that's a nice shot.
There's no room with Morgan right in on his hands and just finds a way to get it through.
Yeah, there's no follow through on that shot. That's just, he faked it short and then placed it on the far side.
And it works out, and just like that, we got ourselves a 1-goal game. Edmonton leading 7-6. Sticks come alive over on the Pioneers bench after Carey was able to pick up the loose ball. Ray now leading the offense. Ray spins off pressure, takes the shot, and they go to the 5-hole of McLeod again. It bounced up, but then got caught up in the pants. And that's a couple shots now that have looked between the legs of McLeod. I wonder if the Pioneers think they found something. Anderson waiting for help. It's Christensen from up top, sending the official ducking for cover after it hit a defender. Rolling ball through to Jensen. Travis Irving had it roll all the way down the floor away from him.
And that's a giveaway. That's like a bonus possession for Edmonton. We'll see if they can do something with it.
Now ISO Mike Triolo, who shoots past everyone and scores.
Yeah, those ones hurt. The Pioneers had the ball, had possession, threw it away, and then you're putting the same defense back on who had just played a long shift, and Triolo does make them pay for it. I'm sure these coaches tell Triolo, shoot whenever you want, because he likes to shoot, and that's his 3rd goal of the game.
You can see Christensen go down awkwardly, stayed down a little bit after the goal, and limped to the bench. So keep our eye on double sixes to see if he comes back out. Anderson wins the faceoff, finds a man breaking far side.
And that's a save that the Pioneers need.
Cody Hawkins trying to regain the 3-goal advantage for the Miners, but still stuck 8-6. Banesh. Couple whacks from Sharon. He'll turn aside now. Banesh getting it back from the flip pass from the corner. He stops, plays back for Shanks, and just too far, but perhaps transition the other way. It's Tyler Burton. He's got Rye with him. Burton the shot, and the save made by Del Bianco. Bergloff slowing it down with Triolo and Rye. Last one out there is Christensen. Rye will turn and cut through. Shot wide, Bergloff gets it. Back of the restraining line, Triolo kind of in halfway between letting it go and catching it. And that meant that it went wide, and Triolo has some words for the Ladner bench on his way off. Not sure what that was about. Caputo.
Caputo's been quiet so far this game. See if that changes.
Ray in the corner was there for pace. Just missed it, skimming it off the bar. Pace trying to find Caputo. Now lifted up over top of everybody. Alex Turner nearly had it intercepted. Ray back with it. Halfway through the shot clock. Pace gets the ball back. Big high step from range for Benesh. That hits off the goaltender and up out of play.
Well, not in the net, but he gets the reset against a tired defense.
Right at the 7-minute mark here of the third period. Ray had a player circling the net. It was Pace, who passes here to Benesh, who, even though he lost the handle of his stick, still kept the ball. Pace trying to flip through, a couple players cutting through. Ray couldn't hang on to it, picks up the rebound now, gets knocked down, still with it. Ray still with it, gets up, fires, and cleanly blocked by the midsection of Aaron Duff, who then goes nose to nose with Benesh.
Very tough Duff, I'll tell you that. Blocked that shot right in the stomach.
And stood there like nothing happened.
Yes.
Anderson. Triolo is absolutely getting worked over every time he's on the floor now. Stick explodes in the hands of a defender as he went after Milne. And the Miners can't capitalize as it's given away. On his horse is Jensen. Jensen chasing in, trailing the play with Shanks. He'll get it now. And we'll wait for assistance. Tyler Pace. Shanks cutting through, no pass. Popping out up top was Turner. His shot bounces in no man's land before going up and into the screening. Tyler Burton will find Triolo, who swims through a double on the run, sidearm shot off the end boards. He'll grab his own rebound. Plenty of time, 10 on the clock. Triolo back into the corner for Kinnear. Been a while since we've called the name of Kinnear. Milne setting a screen. Kinnear will lift it in on net, and it doesn't get there in time to beat the 30 count. Barker back the other way.
You really feel like the next goal is going to be a huge goal in the direction of this game.
I was just about to say the same thing, and maybe McLeod feels the same way. Not going to let it happen on his watch. Especially when you consider that Ladner had the lead. The Miners came all the way back. Ladner came chipping away. Got it back up to 2, did Edmonton. This has been a good one. Another save from Del Bianco.
Both goalies are starting to lock it down.
Why not? We're halfway through the third and money time right now. Here's Shanks. Wide shot, hits off the boards. Big catch and shot, and Benesh was all tied up. He was looking for a rebound.
He was in the right spot for that rebound. He just did, you're right, got tied up.
Triolo. Pass intended for Melnick was too low. He's got to chase it all the way back into his own end with only 2 seconds on the clock, and Beers chasing. That one hits the rafters. This third period is brought to you by Bar Down, the official apparel store at gobardownlax.com or by visiting presidentscup.lacrosse.ca. And in front, Caputo. How many moves was that in front of the crease? Surprised he still hung on to it.
Yeah, he was doing his Triolo impersonation there, like reaching up to catch that ball and hanging on to it.
Couldn't beat McLeod, though. Here's Triolo. Shot and a goal.
And having words with the opposition after that. I think it was Henner with Triolo. I think if you're Pioneers now, or any team that's going to be playing against the Miners, you got to say, you can't let this guy shoot. his 4th goal. Probably about his 6th or 7th point.
Yeah, 4 official stats page showing 5, but we believe the Tristan Rye goal in the second period was given to Triolo inadvertently.
And he's done all the damage in the second and third period.
Yeah.
Remember, it was a very quiet first period for the Miners.
No surprise that as he's heated up, so have this Miners team. Anderson looking in front where Kinnear was. It bounced off his stick. Unable to pick up the rebound. Big tie-up there between him and I believe that was Barker. Long enough to wait out the shot clock. Austin Shanks had eyes for the crease, but taken away, and then the shot from Pace goes over top of McLeod.
Very nice shot by Pace. Austin Shanks puts up his 4th point in the game, just takes it low. And as 2 guys come down towards him, he puts it up to Pace, who has a bit of room to wind up, but it is a perfect shot.
You're going to need to check that net down there afterwards. That's a couple that have been just absolutely beautifully placed. Most recent one by Pace.
So we said a while ago the next goal was going to be huge, and I think it was. Priolo got it, but a quick one to pull it back within 2. But if they want to win this game, they got to get another one soon.
Yeah, can't go back and forth now if you're Ladner.
You don't want to be trading goals.
Christensen to the far side through Rye as it came back to Bergloff. Lost control of it. Rye was cutting through and went wide of the mark. It'll be another shot clock violation against the Miners. And air for Ray. 7.5 to go in the third. Ray has it to the far side. Alex Turner will send it back. Cutting. Pace the same shot and the same result.
You said it. That's the exact same shot. Now watch. I thought he was going to shoot there, but he plays around a little bit longer before he decides, okay, now I'll shoot. And there's a lot of bodies in front, but I think even if there was a clear path to the net, a shot that good, not many goalies are going to stop it. So this is this is making things interesting.
1 goal game, 7 minutes to go. You could see the hole was there above McLeod when he set up, and a player as good as Pace has found it twice. Now Shanks from about the same spot. I was wondering if he was going to rip and try that top side, but he'll elect to pull it out. Bromley sending it through Benesh, now down into the corner. Here's Pace. Does he try it again?
Why not?
Nearly lost control of the ball. Playing it back through, and Hairwire's lost it. Big collision, and they'll take the ball away from Ladner.
I want to see what matchup Ladner puts on Triolo, because nothing has worked so far.
Thought Beers had done okay. They'll keep him to the outside and now go with Jacob Doucette. Although he wheels towards the top, takes a shot, and that one did end up going wide. Melnick into the corner. Back for Kinnear. He can't get it past Mike Mallory. And now Mallory and Christensen are going to battle for it, but no time on the clock. I think that's 3 straight times down the floor that the Miners' possession has ended in a shot clock violation.
Oh, they called it crazy, but even if it wasn't, that was a nice save by McLeod.
On the dive attempt from James Ray. Anderson will slow it down. Sonari, I believe, on Triolo this time. Triolo shook him free and then got thrown to the turf by Sam Clare. Henare picks it up. Him and Carey are out 2-on-1. Henare to Carey, scores!
Well, some great defense. You know, and maybe they would have liked to have seen a penalty there. We say as Sam Clare took down Triolo, but then on that 2-on-1, watch which corner we go for. Top right corner. I don't know if that's a pattern, but last 3 goals. All great shots, though.
You think word hasn't got out over on that Ladner bench?
You'd have to think so.
And there's teams watching that are going to face Edmonton tomorrow that...
Well, I'm sure Edmonton's not liking the fact that Triolo was pretty much pulled down.
We heard what they thought about it when it happened, I think, but you're right. We were glued over there trying to see who they were going to match him up with. As they still try and battle for this face-off, it'll be Pace, who had back-to-back goals just like that, and that time the shoulder of McLeod took his favorite spot away. Still tied 9-9. Spencer Bromley to Shanks to Pace in the corner. Pace found Shanks cutting through. By the way, if we remain tied after the third period, I've been told by RIC that's it. No overtime in the round robin. If you really want to make a mess of the standings pool.
You throw in a tie, yeah.
Anderson cutting to the corner, and that's off a defender up into the screening, and this should be Miners' ball with a fresh 30. Will indeed be Anderson. Getting up to Triolo. Christensen cutting through Ray. I don't think he ever really had it with Doucette. Matching him stride for stride. And now Beers the other way. 4 minutes to go in a 9-9 tie. Benesh. Low shot.
Nice save. McLeod handled that one with relative ease. Oh. And Shanks appeared to hang on to that ball just long enough to improve his angle, but he couldn't dunk it in.
Kinnear down the near side. Here for Bergloff. Triolo has room up top, and that shot didn't miss by much as it sails up into the Ladner bench.
He hasn't missed on a shot in a long while. That one didn't go off any bodies, just went wide and out.
Tyler Pace backing his way towards the corner. No room to shoot that time, so he goes to Hairwires in the corner. Back to Pace again, under 10 of the shot clock. Hairwires, low shot. McLeod's going to hang on. It's underneath him.
Yeah, that's a good hard shot by Hairwires and a nice save by McLeod.
The 50th on target by the Pioneers in this game. To just 35 showing for the Miners. Although plenty more opportunities
30
than that.
30 of them by Triolo.
Christensen to Rye to Kinnear. Under 10 on their shot clock. Shot through. And again, Triolo's picking himself up off the turf. Mike Mallory telling Beers he wants him to come with him. Mallory has a trailer, and Shanks who's going to take the shot.
Oh, that was nice play. Really nice play by Beers just to run hard to the net to pull the defender down, give Shanks the room to step in to take that shot.
Basically the same play they scored on in transition a couple minutes ago. 2-minute warning. Benesh finds Ray off the bench. Big fake up top. Halfway through the shot clock, they give it back to Pace. Tyler Pace finds Ray cutting through.
Oh, some good defense there.
And just tipped aside. Picked up by Milne, who comes up hobbling a little bit.
That was Cody Hawkins. You got to give props to him on nice defense there to make sure the shot didn't get away.
Milne just barely making it to the bench. Anderson. Melnick trying to clear space for him. Goes to Rye instead. That hits a body in front. Triolo will chase it down. Takes a bump. And picking up the loose ball is Owen Barker. Jensen. Nearing the last minute. Still tied 9-9. These two teams represent 4 of the last 5 President's Cup winners. Will one of them be 0-1 after the first game? Pace to the outside. It's Hairwires cutting back. Trying to get away from Rye. On the run, he scores! And right in the face of Matt Kim afterwards.
Just good persistence by Hairwires. And his teammate does a good job to throw this pick right up there. I think it was that Matt Kim? And it gives Hairwires a little bit of extra room, goes to that right side. I still feel like that's not going to be the last goal of this game.
Hairwires from Pace. Pace's third period continues.
Yes.
The first lead since it was 3-2 early on in that second period before the Miners took off. Pioneers have battled all the way back, and we're within a minute.
Hugely important face-off.
Between Kim and Patrick Zabo. Pioneers had all eyes on the clock, said it started a bit late, but Beers there to pick up the possession. He wants them to slow it down. As Hinari crosses center.
They're going to want to eat most of this clock, but I think they will still try to get a late shot.
Williamson going to make sure that it's not easy. Now into the stick of the veteran Pace. Pace lowers the shoulder. Facing a quadruple team. Miners pick up and immediately call timeout. Triolo already on the floor to get in the huddle. As you would expect, Anderson, Rye.
Oh, however this game ends, this has been a good one.
Been a good one to start the day as well between the Miners, Snake Island Muskies and Tuscarora Tomahawks. Again, if you missed any of the action, the playlist still exists here on the YouTube channel. You can check the playlist. It's also where you'll find our 5 o'clock game. Oakville Six Nations, a battle between the Ontario, 2 finalists in Ontario. Pat Gregoire, Jake Elliott, we believe, going to come in and call that one. Snake Island Ganawaki will finish our day at 8 p.m.
You're still not believing it until you see Jake walk in the building? Jake coming from BC, of course?
I keep looking around. I'm on social media. I know what's happening at the airports these days.
Well, Triolo starting with the ball. He's been the man in this game for Edmonton.
McLeod is on the bench. 6 attackers set. Triolo sets the screen. Here's Anderson. Triolo right in the middle. It's down low for Bergloff, and that hits off the glove of a defender. Anderson back up top. Rye, quick shot, and what a save from Del Bianco when they needed a big one most.
And how many times that's been said about Del Bianco in his career? When he needs it most, he makes the big save.
What a game, our second one of the day. Ladner, the defending champions, get their first win, 10-9 over the Edmonton Miners. Them and Snake Island, the first 2 in the winner's column here on the first day of this tournament. What a game.
And a tough one. 52 shots at McLeod, 52-37. I think McLeod had a fantastic game for them. There was a lot of stars in this game. We talked about Triolo, Pace in the third period. Shanks had a great game.
They do award the players of the game.
I'm glad I'm not picking that.
No. Bar down apparel going to one from each team at the end of every game.
Well, I would say if I was picking, I would pick Triolo from Edmonton.
I'm trying to think who I would go for Ladner. I mean, the way that those goals went in for pace in that third
I'm liking
period,
what he did in third period when the pressure was on.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We weren't asked, by the way.
No. So, yeah, if it's not someone you like, do not blame us.
Yeah, and coming up, it'll be 5 o'clock is the scheduled game time. We're going live about 15 minutes beforehand to pick up the opening ceremonies from here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. Oakville Rock and Six Nations Rivermen coming your way, again, 5 o'clock Eastern time.
I think that's going to be another awesome game.
Shannon and I will be back with you tomorrow. Our action starts at 10 a.m., but again, we encourage you to stick around throughout the remainder of the day. 8 p.m., the final game. Triolo is indeed named the star of the game for the Miners. And I'll stick with you to see who it is on the Ladner side before we sign off.
And the bar down player of the game for Ladner, number 23, David
Panari winning it for Ladner.
Well, great game by all these guys, I am sure. They're just liking the fact that they eked out that victory after being down by 3 goals in the third period.
Well, that'll do it for this game. Ladner wins 10-9. Game number 3 comes up a couple minutes before 5 o'clock Eastern time. Oakville Six Nations on day number 1 here at the 2023 President's Cup.
We want to thank our partners for their support of the 2023 President's Cup. Bar Down, Ice River Green Bottle Company, Gatorade, Big Chief Meat Snacks, and the Oakville Pump and Patio. Thank you for your support and helping all the competing teams as they chase the Prezi.